So today, we've been doing a few thus far. We did our mac and cheese to start us off, chocolate covered strawberries, grilled cheese. Everybody was eating, everybody was loving it. Now, we're gonna do another family favorite, popcorn. I'd already asked Chris, have any of you guys ever made popcorn before that wasn't in a microwave? Do you not? Nevaeh, you have? What, how did you make it? Tell me about it.
So it was like, I had a bag of popcorn kernels just by itself. And then I had a pot, I put olive oil at the bottom.
Okay.
And I put it in there and put a lid on top and
Just let it pop? All right, excellent. So olive oil is a good one. I had some of that olive oil left over. Would you kind of the same way?
Yeah. My mom did it. She kind of
Yeah? Did she not tell anyone?
didn't tell anyone.
Just hear some random popping?
Yeah.
So I guess I should have thought about this. I'm gonna ask you guys now before I open it. Does anyone have a coconut allergy? Or a tree nut allergy or anything like that? Okay. Because olive oil is great, but I actually was recommended by a fellow chef of mine to do it in coconut oil. There's like that kind of nutty toastiness that goes along with it. It's all very good. So we're gonna be doing that with this today. So whenever you look at coconut oil, have any of you guys ever cooked with coconut or used coconut oil before to cook with? At all? Okay. So what I'm using, there's a few different varieties of coconut oil. Much like olive oil, you'll see like an extra virgin olive oil, or you'll see just a straight up olive oil. Coconut oil kind of operates the same way. You'll see an extra virgin, you'll see a refined, etc., etc. Usually, if you're having a higher heat, you want to avoid anything that says virgin, extra virgin, etc., etc. So I'm just going for a refined coconut oil that has a higher heat point. So I'm going to add some, and unlike most oils, it solidifies under normal temperature. So you kind of just have to let it do its thing in the pan. But after a while, you'll notice kind of a coconutty scent coming on out of it. And then the process is pretty straightforward. You pretty much get just a little bit of oil in a pan, not too terribly much, maybe about like a tablespoon or two, just enough to kind of coat the pan. And then, like you said, Nevaeh, you're gonna get your dried corn kernels. Thank you, Hill Country Fair, for the strong endorsement. And you're just gonna go ahead, and you don't wanna overcrowd it, just about like a single layer. And then once your oils heat up enough, you'll start hearing that popping. You wanna make sure you cover it too. So you're getting the heat and the steam attacking your kernels at the same time. And then when they're all popped, you just take them off, dump them in salt, whatever else you want to season them with, and then you're good to go. So hopefully, because there's not a lot going on, this pan shouldn't take forever to heat up, but we shall see. So that's coming right along. Usually what I'll do to kind of help me kind of gauge when it's ready, I'll just throw one kernel in there, and then once that pops, then I'll throw the rest of them in there. So my one brave kernel is hanging out. Look at him go. Always a man with that close-up. Come on, when are you gonna get those close-ups, buddy? Chris is beating you to the punch every time. You gonna let him do that?
He right there.
You heard it here, folks. He's right there. He's so much closer than I am.
Nice one.
Mm-hmm. Look at it go. It's gonna pop the minute you walk away, I guarantee it.
And I'm gonna stay here till it pop more.
Here, let me see. Let me cover it and see if you can do that help. Taking its time. Excuse me, time. It's one of those things that you'll hear people with things like this say like, oh, once you do it this way, you'll never go back to the microwave popcorn again. It pops?
Yeah.
Awesome. But honestly, I'd be lying if I say I didn't do microwave popcorn. I mean, come on. Is this really that difficult? No. Does it take a lot of time? No. Would I rather just throw something in the microwave? Absolutely. So again, I don't want to overcrowd my pan. Just about a single layer will do. And I'm going to cover, scooch it on around. that a second. And essentially what the popcorn's kind of doing, right? So you're heating the interior of the popcorn, kind of pops and encapsulates itself. So it's kind of like explodes and then comes around. So also using the heat from the bottom, the steam from the top, kind of closing in on that kernel, softening the exterior, popping corn. Have you guys ever heard of a phrase, popcorn lung? It's kind of, I don't know if I want to call it a pseudo disease, but it's this idea that, especially due to how processed and chemically some of the microwave popcorn can be, the minute you open it and take a big old whiff, it's going to like invade your lungs and can cause some damage later on. Again, I don't know how technically true it is, but that's the rumor, that's the hot take in the popcorn community. And the main reason you want to move it around, much like we did with melting that chocolate from the strawberries, is just distributing that heat a little bit, but still keeping it covered so that that moisture can get in there and it can help it pop a little bit. We got any kettle corn fans in the room? Anyone like a sweet with their salty? I'm personally not crazy about it. I can kind of take it or leave it. Depends on my moods. To be honest with you, even popcorn in general, I'm not really a big fan of. But when the time is right, if someone else gets it, I will gladly help myself to some of theirs. So we got some poppage. Things are happening.
Oh my gosh.
But again, you usually want to keep it covered. So once you start hearing that pop, I believe there was an old Pringles ad, once you pop, the fun don't stop. So here we are. Very exciting time. My brother and I used to take bets on how long it would take to pop. I was not a very strong winner. And sadly, a lot of the times what you're getting at movie theaters, whenever they offer you the butter, it's essentially like butter flavored oil. It's food for thought. You want to kind of keep shaking it and keep an eye on it while it's still popping. Generally, you'll kind of start to see a slow point, and usually your heat's not high enough to where anything will burn. So you just kind of take your time with it, let it pop on its own. Again, once you start hearing it kind of slow down and start popping, then you'll know it's done. I'm running about like a medium-low heat, nothing too high and crazy. You can get a pretty solid like bag of popcorn kernels for like $2. It's not terribly expensive. Most oils you have will work. I probably wouldn't use toasted sesame oil, not that you guys are really, thinking about that probably, but most oils that you have will be just fine. You also have to think about how deep your pan is. You don't want to be too deep, because then it'll overcrowd. All right, you ready for a close-up, Chris? Since Japan is not the close-up man. Oh, boo! There we go, there she is. In all her glory. So then when you're done, all you do is just pop it on out. Looks like there was still some kernels hanging out there at the bottom that did not get popped. But that is okay. That's life, man. And you just salt it on up. A little mix-a-loo. Again, sorry about the unpopped kernels. I probably could have let it go a little bit longer. And then boom, popcorn is done. You guys would like some? Help yourself. I'm going to do just another batch. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Doesn't ask of too much, a lot of you. Would it be better drenched in butter? Yes, as most things are. All right, you ready for my close-up, sir? Just taking some time. Now you have your hot, fresh popcorn. Season. Oh my god. It wanted to escape. It yearned for its freedom. Don't worry, okay. Alright, much better outcome that time. And then, of course, this would be the time if you wanted to do your kettle corn, you season with a little bit of sugar. If you wanted to do your cheese, season it with a little bit of cheese powder. Whatever you want. I like to keep it simple with salt. So next time you guys are having a big old movie night, impress your friends, impress your family, make yourself some popcorn off the scratch. But be sure to let your family know you're doing this so you don't freak anybody out. That'll be it for this time. Hopefully my pan doesn't burn. I think it's fine. We'll see you guys again next time. Camera 1, camera 2, sound. Thank you guys. Check you later. Who knows what we'll do.